Driving with Mayor and Mike.
Hey folks, this is Mayor and Mike. I'm the mayor, Kirk Caldwell, and this is Mike. And usually, I'm going to take off my mask, we're riding around in CNC1, the car that the mayor gets to ride in when he's doing work at the City and County of Honolulu. And we're not doing too much driving around nowadays. We're actually in our office working really, really, really hard on COVID-19 and all the things from shutting down Oahu to now reviving Oahu, our Restore Honolulu order that is starting to open up things. And Mike, we've opened up a lot of things, and we're going to be opening a lot more things in the coming weeks.
Yeah, this is funny. We're not driving.
We're not driving. And you're usually the one driving, but I feel safer with you just sitting and talking.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, but you are a good driver. But I have to say, I still do worry a bit because, you got to talk, you got to look at me, you got to look at the road, and you got to drive.
Yeah. Well, today we really wanted to do a wrap up. We made a big announcement this past week of all of these things, places, businesses, operations that are able to reopen. And so we wanted to do a quick rundown of all the things that are reopening. So starting with yesterday and today.
Yeah.
So
everything we do, we're opening up a lot of things, but we're doing it always protecting the health and safety of the folks of the island of Oahu. And so yesterday we opened up outdoor attractions. That means things like the water park, Kualoa Ranch, Sea Life Park, our zoo, things like that. And it was warm today outside. I mean, I don't know if anyone went to the water park, but it's summer now and you can do that. And the other thing I was thinking, Mike, is Kualoa Ranch. I think of that. I think a lot of tourists out there, checking out where Jurassic Park was filmed. But now local folks can go. Not too many visitors. And I'm sure there's good kaimana rates. And you can start to see what it's like from a very more low-key, not as crowded kind of situation. And, it's something to look at. But that was yesterday.
Yeah.
Now today
we opened up a whole bunch more.
Yeah.
I mean, personal service providers.
Yeah.
So
look at my hair. Look at your hair. You have a lot more hair than I do.
Right here.
Yeah,
Shoot.
But in fact, I'm going to get my hair cut right after this.
Yeah.
And it's been 2.5 months since my last haircut.
I can tell.
And you can tell. You saying that it's really messy and ugly?
No, it looks good.
No, liar. Anyway, we've opened up personal services. So that's, barbers, hair salons, nail salons, tattoo parlors, all of those kinds of things, but with a lot of social distancing, mask wearing where possible, physical distancing, and maybe other protective measures depending on what type of place you're going to. And it's incumbent on all of us, if we're going to keep opening up, that we practice this good physical distancing, being further apart, and of course always wearing a mask when you're out in public. Assuming you may have COVID-19 and someone else may have it, it's about protecting each other and making sure this curve that's almost flat, it's almost zero, stays at that number.
Yeah, and I think an important thing to mention, especially at this point, a lot of people are excited about their barbers and their salons opening up. A lot of people are excited about the outdoor attractions, like we mentioned. Make sure that you call ahead to these businesses and these places before you go. You don't know if your barbershop is going to open today. They're allowed to open today.
Not all of them are opening. They're going to wait a little bit and see whether their customers want to come back. Do they feel safe? And by the way, we believe that customers will feel safe if the enterprises, barbershops, hair salons, do things to make it safe. Mm-hmm. They go hand in hand.
Absolutely. Yeah, and another example, we mentioned the Honolulu Zoo. The Honolulu Zoo is going to open up next week, Friday, June 5th. They're allowed to open today, but they need to put things in place to make sure everybody is safe, there's social distancing, people can stay clean. So the zoo is going to be opening up next week, Friday, June 5th. I know that...
Good point. Another one is swimming pools are allowed to open yesterday. But the fact that they can open yesterday doesn't mean they're all open. So some private clubs are opening up their pools for the City and County of Honolulu. Our community pools in our district parks, city parks, are going to open next Friday on the 5th for swimming only. So you can't go in and just float around right now. You got to be serious, get in the lane, and get exercise.
Doing laps.
And get out. So I don't know. Can you do laps, Mike?
Me?
You in shape? You're a good swimmer?
I'm an okay swimmer. I know how to swim.
All right. He knows how to swim. All right. So someday maybe we'll challenge each other to a race of swimming one length at the Manoa District Park pool.
Yeah.
The other thing, though, is we're going to be opening up even more next week. And something we did announce about a week and a half ago is opening up restaurants, which happens next Friday, June 5th. And what I'm extra excited about is that because we're requiring greater spreading apart of tables by 6 feet, there's not going to be enough room in restaurants as before, but we're going to allow them to come out onto our city sidewalks and malls on the edges of our parks if restaurants abut any of those. So you can sit out, like today, next week on Friday, you could be at a great restaurant in Chinatown, sitting out on the sidewalk, enjoying the sun, the trade winds, and I'm hoping that restaurants take advantage of it. At the same time, next Friday, offices can open up too. And part of it is offices downtown, when they open, there'll be customers for the restaurants downtown. But same wherever your office is, anywhere on this island, you can open up for business again. That's next Friday. Yeah. Again, with modifications, physical distancing, mask wearing, and all of that. We're doing that. And then, Mike, what's happening after that? What's the next date?
Well, the next date that we're looking at, or at least the businesses, we're looking at fitness centers, we're looking at museums, we're looking at movie theaters. That's not going to come for a couple more weeks. We'll be making
June 19th.
June 19th
is what we're going to be. We're going to be sending a request to the governor this coming Monday, asking for permission. Hopefully, he'll give it. But again, you may go to the theater, but just like going to a church, if you're not part of a family unit, you're not going with your wife, the love of your life, your kids. You're going to have to be 6 feet apart from the next person on either side of you and in front of you too. So you're going to have a lot of space in the theater. Or going to a museum, you may be able to go with your family unit and it be in a pod and look at a painting, but you can't be with other people. You have to be further apart. So this is the way we open up things. And then gyms, some of our guys here who work the city are passionate about working out. They haven't been working out. They're getting really flabby. I don't know if you work out, Michael.
Why are you looking at me like that?
You're getting flabby, I tell you, flabby. But you're going to be able to go to gyms and start to exercise. But again, there's going to be a lot of modifications required in terms of what you used to be able to do at gyms. But the good news is we do this, and as we keep the curve flat, and that's what's incumbent on all of us, we can start to remove modifications. Mm-hmm. So it starts to go back to kind of what it was like before.
Yeah. And, I think that, and especially with this order, some of the things that a lot of people have been asking, I know me about, since I work here and I'm familiar with these things, about if they can start to go out in groups outside again. Can they go to the beach and have a barbecue? Can they have barbecues at home, birthday parties, things of that sort? And with this past order we signed, you signed, outdoor gatherings as of today, as of yesterday. They can have groups of up to 10 or less, even outside of the family unit.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a family unit, but you have to be in a pod. So it could be, for example, all of us work together. We see each other all the time. And 10 of us could say, hey, come over to my house. I want to do a barbecue. Couldn't do that before, just family units. But now up to 10 people could come over. You could have a barbecue, sit outside, talk story. Could do the same in a beach. But you can't get more than 6 feet away from another separate pod. And again, it's about protecting, but we're thinking if you're going together in a group, it's probably a group that works together and you're already being safe.
Yeah. So again, that's outdoor gatherings at the beach, barbecues, 10 people. As of today, indoor gatherings at your home, birthday parties, home barbecues, that's going to be as of June 5th, next week, Friday.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then what's left? Larger attractions, sporting events, entertainment events. I don't think anytime soon you're going to be able to go see a concert by Rihanna at the Aloha Stadium, but we're working towards those things. We're having discussions about whether bars should be open or not, Michael, and it is a form of a business, but again, concerns about how do you create physical distancing and how do you set discipline, because some folks after a couple drinks forget that they got to be apart and they start getting closer together, and we just don't want to have a spike in COVID-19. I mean, so much sacrifice has been made. So much money has been spent, billions and billions. To go back where we started from without the money a second time would be a disaster of epic proportions. We don't want that to occur, and that's why it's incumbent on all of us to make sure we're doing everything we're supposed to do to protect ourselves, our loved ones, our family, our neighbors, and the people of the island of Oahu.
Yeah, and thankfully, because of people like you at home who have been staying at home and as things slowly reopen, sticking to within the guidelines of our Restore Honolulu order, going around wearing masks. A lot of people have been wearing their masks we've been seeing very, very low numbers the last few weeks. I mean, between 0 and 3 cases for almost the last month, it seems like. And in addition to that, a lot of people have been recovering too. Really, that's thanks to everybody at home who are watching this. That's thanks to these slow, the measured reopening steps that we've been taking, not going too fast, but also not going too slow. It's thanks to everybody.
Enough bala'awin. I got to go get my hair cut. And you'll see the result next week. I hope it turns out okay.
I hope so too.
Okay. But wanted to thank you, Mike, for your hard work. And while we're not driving, it's still fun to talk story. And I want to thank everyone on the island of Oahu for what you've done to get us to this point. Keep doing what you've been doing because it's working. Thank you.
Mahalo, everybody.
Mahalo.
Take care.
Bye.
Driving with Mayor and Mike.